AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Please drink responsibly.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
Chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You, sir. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Next hour, we will talk to Reagan Ricken. And Reagan Ricken is super interesting. If you don't know the name, then you haven't been listening to the show all week. Because earlier this week, we did run through a list of the LSU Baseball signees and the dozen names among the 18-member class that seemingly are going to have a draft decision to make. And one of those we told you about that was probably a heavy lean to end up on LSU's campus was Reagan Ricken. And remember, he's a right-handed pitcher who kind of has a little bit of a funky delivery, very high upside, but probably projects as an immediate impact guy out of the bullpen. But MLB teams don't invest at the top of the draft in bullpen arms. So a guy like Ricken, who, again, quirky delivery, an immediate guy that will get innings for you out of the bullpen, we told you was probably about a 70-80% lean that he would end up on LSU's campus, just given what we had heard his number was and the fact that MLB teams don't invest the top of the draft in projectable bullpen arms. So he's got to come to campus, prove he can be a starter to then increase that draft value. Well, earlier today, Reagan Ricken tweeted, "After thoughtful consideration with my family, I've decided to officially withdraw my name from the 2025 MLB Draft. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunities and support throughout this process. I'm excited to be attending LSU. Go Tigers." So Reagan Ricken has withdrawn from the draft. He's the second LSU signee now to announce formally not going into the draft, showing up at LSU, joining Omar Cerna, the catcher out of the state of Texas, who probably projects immediately as a first base DH from the right side. Think Ethan Fry's role this past year, worst case scenario, and a backup catcher, kind of like what we saw this past year from Cade Arambidi, your midweek catcher, maybe catching a game here or there on the weekend. Worst case, he takes ABs or competes with John Pearson for ABs as your right-handed pinch hitter. So Omar Cerna has announced he's withdrawing from the draft. He'll be an LSU Tiger. So too now has Reagan Ricken. So one of the guys among the dozen we talked about earlier this week that we thought would end up on campus was very likely to end up on campus. Now we learned will end up on campus. By the way, Reagan Ricken's here in an hour and 25 minutes from right now, bottom of hour number 3. And we'll ask him specifically about that decision. For what it's worth, this was Reagan Ricken's draft profile.
A 6'5" right-hander, Reagan Ricken will play with as many as 5 pitches at times on the mound. He's been up as high as 97 miles per hour with his fastball, more often topping out at 94 to 95. He features both the curve and slider. both of which can flash above average. And he has a solid changeup as well. He'll even show off a cutter from time to time. Ricken is what they look like, big and athletic on the mound with a sound delivery. His strike throwing and overall command can be scattered at times, but he has all the ingredients to be a starting pitcher at the next level.
For whatever it's worth, and again, ingredients to be a starting pitcher, which is there, and that was the draft profile from MLB. Remember, until you've seen it at that level, it's hard for teams to invest in it at the top of the draft. So that's where you're blending what a guy's number is, like what they're willing to sign for to forego their college eligibility, relative to what they feel like if they show up on campus they're able to get. So provided their time in college goes well. So that's a thing there with Ricken, where if you're an MLB team, you're trying to decide, okay, what are we willing to invest today? It's much easier to invest 3 years from now. If he goes to college, proves he can be a starter in the SEC, then you're talking about, a round one type guy, throwing mid, potential upper 90s as he adds weight and velo on that body with the physical traits that you just heard described there. So draft starts on Sunday. If you missed it earlier in the week, you can go to AFR LSU on YouTube, or you can search AFR LSU on podcast, or if you want the full show, you can get it after further review. Of course, AFR On Demand presented by Brett Golf. We went through all of the current Tigers with a draft decision to make and all of the current LSU signees with a draft decision to make. So if you're interested in that, I went like player by player and gave you the best intel that I've gotten from people in MLB scouting circles about how these guys project. And again, the best info I had was that Reagan Ricken was the guy probably 70-80% chance he would land on campus because of what I just said, and now he's withdrawn. So from the draft. So you can check all that info out. It's there for you. Kiley McDaniel put out his final mock. Kiley McDaniel over at ESPN put out his final mock draft, his mock draft 3.0 for the upcoming draft. For whatever it's worth, he did have 3 LSU Tigers in that mock draft. The one that's not surprising at all, of course, is Cade Anderson going number 1 overall to the Washington Nationals. There's a consensus there. Everyone's got him picked to be the number 1 overall pick. We went through the numbers yesterday, the odds. Cade Anderson is minus 310 to be the number 1 overall pick. So everyone there largely just assuming that Cade Anderson is going to be the number 1 overall pick, and that's fantastic for him, and certainly another major coup for LSU for the second time in 3 years to end up with a pick with the number 1 overall pick. Anthony Ianson, they project at number 42 overall to Tampa Bay. That's interesting because remember, a place like Tampa Bay is well known for getting guys in their farm system, developing them, and getting them to the bigs. Look at Trey Morgan. And it's not just pitchers. Like, look at Trey Morgan. That's a guy, again, who's sort of fast-tracked right now to the big leagues. So that could be a great spot. Like, it's different for a guy if you, like, hypothetically, if you go to the Dodgers. Well, like, the Dodgers are just going to go spend money on the best prospects in free agency. And so they're not necessarily looking to develop high school pitchers to translate, or college pitchers to translate to the bigs. Like, they need starters today. They're going in free agency to get them. So they'll spend what they have to. Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs. Like, you go to the Nationals, the Pirates, like smaller market teams, you're going to look at more developmental systems. Interesting spot. Kiley McDaniel has Chase Shores going 59 to the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, that would be interesting because at 59 to Milwaukee, the slot value there is $1.5 million. Would Chase Shores take $1.5 million to go? Or would he come back to LSU with a chance to be a starter? And if he hits as a frontline guy, then you're talking about a guy who's a top half of round 1 guy. We had Joe Doyle here yesterday. And I asked Joe Doyle specifically that question about Chase Shores. This is what Joe Doyle said on this show yesterday.
Chase doesn't have a very long and decorated baseball card at this point. He hasn't pitched too much in the SEC or in college baseball for that matter at all. So I think he does have a tough decision because it's the body, it's the stuff, it's the arm talent that should get you picked in the top 25, top 30 picks in any given draft. But given his circumstances and what he's gone through, I think he's probably going to have to choose between taking, 1.1, 1.2, maybe up to 1.5 million bucks, or going back to Baton Rouge and trying to double that.
For whatever it's worth, take it with a grain of salt. That's Joe Doyle saying he thinks Shores would get 1-1, 1-2. Kiley McDaniel projects him at number 59 overall, where the slot's 1-5. There are scouts that I have spoken to, like me firsthand, had conversations that have projected Chase Shores more in the 2 to 2.5 million range. So regardless of where he picks, remember you can sign over slot. So in the right organization, if Shores ends up in the 2.5 range, does he sign? Does he take it and go? And that's going to be a question only Chase Shores can answer. And I remember, listen, I've said it, my feeling on this, without any detailed information about what Chase is thinking. He came to LSU as a super high prospect. He already had Tommy John. He missed 18 months of baseball. Comes back this year. Started. It was a slow process. Midway through SEC play, they moved him exclusively to the bullpen. He pitched exclusively out of the stretch. Ran it up there to 101. You saw all the amazing ability. Given all of that, if someone's going to offer him 2.5, my guess is he takes it and goes. It's funny, like I was watching, I was getting Drew ready for bed last night, and Erica had Pressure Luck on in the bathroom. Or maybe she just had the TV on. That's just what happened to be on. And there's this woman who runs the total up to $157,000. And she's trying to decide, do you take the 157 or do you press your luck and keep hoping you don't run on a whammy? And I'm like, lady, you're a school teacher. That's 3 years of your salary. This is not a hard decision. Right?
No, it's not.
That's 3 years of your salary.
Right.
Take the money and run. And she had a Disney cruise. So I'm like, run the hell out of there. Oh, but taxes. Shut up. There's taxes on your $49,000 annual salary for being a teacher too. Take the money and go. At some point, you ask yourself the question, would you be more pumped if you ran another round without the whammies, or more bummed if it went to zero? And the answer is more bummed if it went to zero, which is what I would say about Chase Shores. If you got $2.5 million bird in hand right now, do you take that? Or do you come back and run the risk of starting and not going well again, then you lose some leverage, and then, your 2.5 goes to 750? My guess is Chase Shores signs. But bro, he could always go out there. No women, no women, no women, no women, no women. Stop.
Love that show so much, man. Pressure Luck's an absolute classic.
I hate that show.
Oh, it's so good.
So stupid. I mean, eventually they're going to get you.
Of course. They're not trying to give away a lot of money.
Exactly. You have nothing to do with where that thing stops.
Not at all.
There's someone behind the screen just going all right, whammy. I don't like her. Let's see, we'll run it up there and then we'll whammy it. Here's your whammy, lady.
She's getting a little too cocky over there.
Yeah, right. Here's where she gets the whammy.
Yeah.
You set the hook and then drop her to zero.
A little bait and switch.
Lady, take the money.
They're giving you 157.
They're giving you money.
Take it. And say thank you.
Yeah. Run. Truth, before that final round, she was at 67. And I'm like, take the money.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll come back. And then she hits one of the bonus for $50K. And I'm like,
you got to get out of here now. Exactly.
Lady.
So good, dude. I love that show.
Go. It's like Deal or No Deal back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thinks they're going to be a millionaire. You don't realize, $1 million is awesome. But, 275 is awesome, too.
Yeah.
You got in your brain $1 million, but, for 98% of humanity, 275 changes your life. You're paying off student debt. You're paying off your house. You're paying your kids' school. It changes your life. Take it. Chase Shores. But this is a really random.
The game show analogy is actually a really good analogy, though, for the MLB draft.
Kinda is.
Yeah.
At what point do you take it? At what point do you press your luck?
There you go.
No women. No. You know what? I'm a big believer in their music.
What you got?
I'm I'm a big believer in the law of attraction.
Okay.
What you think about, what you feel about, what you speak about, you manifest in your life. It's the biblical principle of sowing and reaping. You sow good seeds, you're going to reap a harvest. You can call it whatever you want. There was a book years ago called The Secret. It was basically that. I don't know why I was talking about this.
I don't either.
Dang it. I was so on to something there. So on to something there. It's gone now.
Maybe it'll come back to you in the break.
Yeah, maybe so. It was there.
Law of attraction, no whammy, all those things you were saying.
Oh, that's it.
Oh.
So, if you're sitting there going, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, what are you thinking about?
A whammy.
A whammy. Your brain doesn't compute a negative. Like it's biologically proven our brains do not compute a negative. It doesn't understand a negative. So if you're thinking, I hope this doesn't hurt, I hope this doesn't hurt, all your brain understands is hurt. So you have to think, this feels great, this feels great, this feels great, this feels great, for your brain to compute it. So if you're sitting there going, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, if I was on that show, I would not be screaming no whammy.
Would you?
I'd be screaming big money. Big money, big money, big money,
Yeah.
big money, big money.
Big bucks,
money.
big bucks.
Big bucks.
Big bucks.
Wheel of Fortune's got it right. When you spin that wheel, you go,
Oh, yeah.
big money. Come on, big money, big money. That's what I'd be screaming. I wouldn't be screaming about whammies. I don't want anything to do with whammies in my life. Bleep a whammy. Little red A-hole.
Dude, those
Red,
things.
are they purple? What are they?
They're red. With a
Red.
green, with a yellow face. Those things crack me up.
Yeah, like a mogwai.
I love their little animations where they just insult the contestant. It's so good.
Losers. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery, 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Signee Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Don Moore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local. Check out Facebook, y'all. CLEGGS, Clegg's Nursery on Facebook. Go check out Clegg's Nursery on Facebook. Always encourage you to do that because when you check out Clegg's Nursery on Facebook, anytime they have anything new delivered, they always post it there on Clegg's. Do a great job of updating Facebook. That's the place to go to check for all the latest stuff. You can check them out. Search Clegg's Nursery. The Lawn and Garden Show, by the way, is tomorrow morning, every Saturday morning. You want to check it out? You can over with Clegg's hosting that. All the different info you want. Or if you'd rather, man, just get on by any Clegg's Nursery locations. I just saw this as well. 20% off Dippledinas. Tell you what. Erica Moscona loves her Dippledinia. Those are beautiful, and they thrive in this Louisiana heat. Clegg's Nursery.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
No women, no women, no women, no women, no women, no women. Stop. No, that's not it.
Well, it was too late. Yeah.
That's from Family Feud.
Yeah, sure. I thought it was just a buzzer, but
That's
yeah.
the buzzer from Family Feud.
Okay. Another good show.
Great theme. We use that often. We do a game show theme here.
We do. Yep.
Oh, this is normally the part of the week where Terrio's here. So we
Yes.
might as well just, goof off anyway.
Just yeah. I mean, you want to do kick rocks?
Nope.
You want to just yell about something?
You got something you want to kick rocks about?
Not really. No. I mean, it's been an okay week.
We'll pass on it then.
Okay.
Hard not to be excited. We opened the show today, if you missed it, talking about LSU hiring Sam Pepito, and I know there's a lot of casual fans. I don't mean that insulting, by the way, in any way, who don't know who Sam Pepito is. Like most fans don't know support staff members, but Pepito's from Amite, was on staff at Georgia for a couple of years, spent 8 years with Nick Saban in Alabama as his chief personnel guy. Devontae Smith was committed to Georgia because of Sam Pepito. When Pepito left Georgia, went to Alabama, Devontae Smith flipped to Alabama. Devontae Smith has said that on the record about the impact Pepito had in his life. February 24, Ryan Day hired Sam Pepito at Ohio State. Biggest transfer name in the portal was Caleb Downs, who left Alabama for Ohio State because Sam Pepito. Quinshon Judkins. Yes, I know Judkins went to Ole Miss, but Judkins is from Alabama. Pepito was the one recruiting him to Alabama. There was a disagreement between Pepito and the running backs coach about if they want to take Judkins or somebody else. Judkins ends up at Ole Miss. When he goes into the portal, Pepito's at Ole Miss or at Ohio State. Boom. Massively significant support staff adds. And by the way, the top player in Louisiana not committed to LSU is Blaine Bradford from Catholic High, who's committed to Ohio State. Well, Sam Pepito was a big part of that recruitment, man. So I'm not saying that means he's going to flip. What I'm telling you is, at one point, Devontae Smith from A Meet was committed to Georgia. When Pepito went to Bama, he flipped to Bama. It at least minimum, at bare minimum, gives you an open door to the conversation. So, something to follow. We opened the show with that today. Phil Steele was here in hour one. If you missed it, you can catch it on demand. AFR On Demand presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org. We are brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. You want to see 2020, call 924-2020 or go to williamsoneye.com, williamsoneye.com. We got Drew's birthday party tomorrow. Then Sunday morning, driving to New Orleans, hopping on a plane 11:25 a.m. Central Time to fly to Atlanta for SEC football media days. You know what will not be in my luggage? Contact lens, contact case, contact solution, eye drops, an extra pair of contact lens, my glasses to wear at night when I take my contact lens out. 7 years ago, I took that entire drawer in my vanity and I just dumped it in the trash. And it was weird because it took a few months. Like, Paulie knows this too, because Paulie wore contacts. He had LASIK with Dr. Blake. Like, have you thrown away your drawer of all your contact stuff? Did you really? You threw it away?
I did. It took me a few weeks.
Yeah,
I did.
Right? Like, you're so conditioned to needing all that stuff and you stockpile it. Like, every time you buy some new solution, it has another contacts case, and you keep that because it doesn't have the dust on it. You know, right? Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's so liberating one day when you realize, like, I don't need any of this. You just throw it in the trash. I just took the whole drawer and just dumped it. It's amazing. Probably could have donated some of that stuff. But it was way more liberating just to throw it away. Right? Did you throw it all away?
I threw everything away.
Throw it away.
The open solution I gave to my brother. That was the only thing I, pawned off.
Okay. When's your brother having LASIK?
I do keep trying to tell him to do it.
Yeah, right? What's his name?
Brian
O'Neill.
Yep.
You know what his initials are?
B.O.
B.O.
It's just like Terrio's here.
I know, right? Maybe it's the time of day.
Hey, maybe.
On a Friday.
Be, yeah.
The Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com. There's a video that got posted on our ESPN social media earlier this week of my reaction to the new helmets. And I went and read some of the comments. And my reaction to the video, my reaction to the helmets, just the Cliff's Notes version, is they're good. They're not the abomination that the high-anus black helmets are, but they could be better. Like, the stupid little fleur-de-lis pattern on the gold stripe is unnecessary. The small fleur-de-lis is stupid. The gold specks all in the white is unnecessary and stupid. I don't love the chrome. But all things considered, they're not awful. I mean, it could have been way, 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 way worse, right? I think we all agree on that. So the video on Instagram has 81,000 views on it right now and 402 comments. And most of the comments are some version of Matt always got something to complain about. That's Shuck. By the way, that's from Shuck for MVP.
Okay, that guy. Hey, he's in. I like him. Let's go.
Let's see. Fleur-de-lis is small. Evan, God forbid the Saints want to bring some more variety to the uniform. Scone and Hunt always hating on alternates. Matt
catching a stray.
Matt, I love you. I'll have to disagree with you. I love the black helmets. Both are fire. I think they knocked them both out of the park.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
not the black. Come on, bro.
Let's see. Basically, the helmets are fire, bro. You tripping. Basically, old bald dude giving opinions on what other men should wear. Got it. That's the majority of it, right? James No Harden. Literally just complaining for the love of the game. You get it. The bulk of everything is Scone just complains about everything because he complains about everything. Mm-hmm. And the point that I make often is I don't complain about everything. It's just that when our social team makes clips of me and puts it on social media, usually it's me yelling because the things that perform the best are me yelling and T-Bob being T-Bob. Like, historically on this station, those are the things that have performed the best. And then Hunt talking about uniforms.
Yep.
I do 15 hours of radio a week. I don't complain. The first 15 minutes of the show today were me gushing about how great LSU is going to be. I like the Kellen Moore hire. I like Tyler Shuck. I think Spencer Rattler has real upside. I'm excited to see what he may be. I'm really excited about this Saints season, even though I don't think they're going to be any good. It's just I've reframed my thoughts on the Saints this year. I'm not expecting them to be good. I just want to see the young players grow and get better, even though I'm not going to be super concerned with the wins and losses. I'm thinking Cincinnati Bengals 2020-ish.
Okay.
Rookie Joe Burrow. I know the win-loss is going to be good, but can you see progress? And there was progress there. That's what I'm thinking, right?
I like that comp.
So that's where I am, right?
Yeah.
Young head coach, rookie quarterback. You're hoping you see a path for your future, even if the wins aren't there. That's where I am with this team right now. But everybody thinks I complain. So I saw this from ESPN, which is ESPN.com did a piece where they did an off-season grade for every NFL team. Draft, trades, more moves. They graded every team's offseason. All of them. All 32. And they did it. So the Rams got an A. They were first. Rams got an A. Let's see. Niners, A-. So it goes like this, right? Cardinals, A-. Broncos, A-. Ravens, B+. Titans, B+. Bills, B+. Eagles, B+. You get the point, right? Browns, B+. You understand?
Yeah.
Bucks, B+. So I'm scrolling this thing looking for the New Orleans Saints. What do you think they gave the Saints? Not me. I didn't give the Saints. I didn't give them this grade.
Yeah.
ESPN.com grading every team's offseason. What did it give Saints?
They gave him an F, didn't they?
D.
D.
Yeah. And again, they started with the A's and worked their ways down. You know what teams had a worse grade than the New Orleans Saints?
Tennessee Titans.
I wrote them down. I wrote every team on a sheet of paper that had a worse grade than the New Orleans Saints. You want to see the sheet?
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, it's blank. It's a blank sheet of paper.
It's a blank sheet of paper.
Yeah.
You can hate on me all you want. You can hate on me all you want. I'm just the guy sitting here pointing out over and over and over again what every objective and subjective metric, opinion maker, analyst, scout, whatever are saying about this New Orleans Saints team in the offseason. It could be wrong, but if they're wrong, they're all going to be wrong. Because the consensus is they're going to stink. Rookie head coach, 25-year-old rookie quarterback, new starters all along the offensive line, aging veteran, expensive starters that are well past their prime, like Cam Jordan and Tyrann Mathieu and Alvin Kamara and guys DeMario Davis, guys we love and have been cool, but they're old. You're not going to be any good. And so I said, you know what I'm not doing today? I'm not on this Friday going to sit here and dump on the Saints because you know what's going to happen? Paul is going to tell Jesse or Cassie to go, hey, look, take the clip of Scone yelling about how bad the Saints are, clip it into a little video, and then put it on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube Shorts and put it out there, and then everybody's going to go gaga over it because it's Scone yelling about how bad the Saints are again, and everybody's going to say, old ball man just bitching at the clouds because they're there today. And I'm going to be like, no, that ain't me. So I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sit here today, and we're going to say something nice about the New Orleans Saints. Give me some uplifting Saints music, Muse. What is that? That's not Saints music.
It's New Orleans music. It's Rebirth.
I said give me Saints music.
I mean,
you're going to make me complain now?
No.
Is that Paulie? Paulie.
Yes.
What's an uplifting Saints song?
I'll say it's Chopper Style.
Chopper Style.
Oh, that's
Give me
just
another
a click
one.
away.
Give me another one.
Oh, man.
Stand up and get crunk.
Yeah, that's the
when
one I
the
was looking
Saints
for.
go marching in. You got so many options here.
I liked it.
What about the one that's like, New Orleans Saints, where you at? This is the way we live. New Orleans Saints
Baby
number
Boy
one
Prince.
on the field. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Baby Boy Prince.
All right. Crank that up, Muse. I don't care that we're going long. I know we are. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll make it up.
Somebody complain to the program director. Oh, yeah. Who they want? Chopper style. Chopper style. All right, Muse, I demand you say something positive about the New Orleans Saints.
I love that the Saints made all 9 picks in the draft. I think that was very wise.
Yeah. Old gum-smacking Mick didn't go out there wheeling and dealing picks, said, let's get younger. Paulie, I demand you right now say something positive about the Saints.
The New Orleans Saints have more Super Bowl wins than the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Muse, say something else positive about the New Orleans Saints.
The New Orleans Saints have the most loyal fan base in the NFL.
I mean, that's really simple.
They do, though. It's facts.
Not really.
Now, all right, I'll give you another one.
Okay, give me something else, Muse.
The New Orleans Saints not only hired Kellen Moore, which is a good hire, they brought in Brandon Staley. Proven coordinator, former head coach in the NFL.
Yep.
Love that.
Done.
Love that.
Yeah, they did. Paulie, give me something else positive about the New Orleans Saints.
Let's see. They had the greatest quarterback of all time, not named Tom Brady.
It's funny that Paulie keeps just going history.
Yeah.
Nothing current.
A little hard.
It is a little hard, isn't it, Paulie? Isn't it?
A little bit.
It's hard, isn't it? Isn't it hard to say good things about a team that's projected to win 4 games? Yeah? How about you sit in this freaking chair every day and try to come up with sunshine pumping nonsense for people? Oh, Tyler Shuck's going to be awesome. How about the people, we're going over the top 100 lists from earlier in the week, and I'm like, there's dudes in my comments that are like, how can you tell me Fuaga and McCoy aren't top 100 players? I'm like, I'll come again? Like, Fuaga, the guy who was your left tackle last year, and they just drafted his replacement a year later? Top 100 in the NFL? Kick rocks, loser. What are you talking? Eric McCoy played 7 games last year. What are you talking about? PFF put out a list of their top 32 tackles in the NFL. Fuaga wasn't on it. I got one for you.
What you got?
The Saints have Chopper Style as an anthem. Crank it up, yeah!
I like to flip my pancakes up in 6. I like to give it to them rough. Big paper.
Yeah, look at Paulie.
Send the word to the
Camera on yourself, Paulie.
Right in
My
Paul's
God.
wheelhouse.
Yeah! All right. There's some positivity for you. All you nerds on the internet who say all I do is say negative things. You jerks. I'm plenty positive. Idiots. All I do is ooze positivity, you morons. It's called irony. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. Big shout out to my guy, Darren James. If you missed it, we mentioned it earlier in the week. The Wall Street Journal Real Trends list, the list of the top 1% of realtors in America, came out earlier this week. And wouldn't you know it, our guy, Darren James, on the list again, number 17 in America on the transaction side. Number 1 in the state of Louisiana. So, as I've said it before, I'll say it again. Bottom line is, my goodness, if you are looking to sell your home, why in the world would you hire anyone other than the realtor that quite literally sells more homes than anyone? Darren James. Agent225.com, agent225.com, or give him a buzz at, 335-7666. 335-7666 for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Hey, Muse.
Hey, Scone.
You know who wrote the Kelly Clarkson song Breakaway?
Was it not Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't. I assume.
Avril Lavigne.
Was it really? Yeah. How about that? That makes sense a little bit.
She wrote that song and then sold it, and Kelly Clarkson did it and performed it. How about that?
That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense. It does sound like an Avril Lavigne song. So yeah. Okay. Why? Like what brought that up? What prompted that?
I don't know.
You just had that? Like you just there's just somewhere in the back of your mind that Avril Lavigne wrote Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit.
Was that Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit?
I would think so.
Look it up. I want to say recently somehow that video got targeted in my algorithm and I saw it. And then while we were in the break, I was probably singing Choppa style and a lyric led me to a lyric to a lyric to a lyric. And then it got me to break away. And then I was like, oh yeah, remember that? And that's as we were coming back out of break. So I just said that. I can't explain how my brain works. I don't know how. I mean, let's do Ask Ryan coming up here in about 10 minutes. Get your questions in for Terrio. You can email us, tweet us, or text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. While Muse looks that up, Craig Alamon said on the text line, he said, hey, Scone, do you think LSU will break the current trend and award Nuss with the number 18 jersey? I heard Hunt talking about this earlier today. I had a client lunch, was driving back, heard Hunt talking about it, about him sort of lobbying for Nuss to wear 18. I hate that idea. Do you have a feeling, either of you, Nuss wearing 18?
I would loathe that entirely. Yeah,
Why?
I don't like it either. Because be you. Be Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier goes and wins a Heisman Trophy this year. I want his number to be able to be retired. And 18 is never being retired.
Paulie, what do you think?
I agree. I like having your own number.
Yeah. I'm not being the curmudgeon here. And look, I don't know if 18's not listening. He's on air right now. That would be Jake Hester. And I know that's a revered thing. I just don't care. Like it's not an 18. It's the 7 thing as well. I just don't care. I don't care who wears what jersey number. I've said it forever. I don't care if you put a poop emoji on the front of your jersey. Like, I would rather you go make your number famous. Like Jaden Daniels is 5. Joe Burrow is 9. Like, what if you would put Burrow in 7? Then what do you do? It's the same thing with baseball with 8. Like, Bregman wore 30, and then he wore 8. Like, I wish Bregman had just stuck with 30. Whatever. Dylan Cruz never changed. He stuck with 3. Love that. I don't know. I mean, if they offer 18 to Nuss and he wants to switch, okay. But I'll tell you this. I'll have a chance to interview Garrett on Monday at SEC Media Days. Very much looking forward to that. And there's two questions I'm definitely going to ask him. One, and you understand, like, you're going to have a short amount of time with him, so you got to make the most of that time. And if somebody's listening, maybe they're going to steal my question. Should I put this question out there?
No, keep it for yourself.
You think?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's just going to make it that much better.
Okay. Because if someone else is listening right now,
yeah,
who's going to be there, and then they'll steal my question.
Exactly. It could happen.
Cobble. Looking at you, Cobble.
Wow.
You question stealing loser.
Wow.
How about that?
Not really where
Looking at you, Wilson Alexander.
Wow.
Pillaging my stuff. Garland Gillen. I'm sure Garland will be there. I think.
I know. That's not the next name I expected to come out of here. I really don't know.
Scott Rabelais.
There we go.
Steal my question, you question stealing guy. I love all of them very much. I have great respect for everybody. I'm just teasing. Muse made me do it. I want to give the question out on air. But so.
Then do it.
No, I won't. I'll save it. Because the question I want to ask, I do believe, will be a peek into the psychology of Nussmeier's growth from year to year. And one of the things that I think most interviewers do a very poor job of is preparing for interviews, not knowing what they want to ask and what they're hoping to get out of the interview. So I do my best. I hope you'll see that when we do these interviews. But there's a few things I know I want to ask Nuss, but I'll add that. I'll add the thing about, because I think the question is like, well, I'm not going to give it away because I know how I would lead into it.
Yeah.
And now you've got me thinking that people are out there trying to steal my stuff.
Well, I'm not trying to make you paranoid.
Well, congrats. You've succeeded.
Well,
jerk.
Not Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit, Breakaway.
I didn't think so. All right, so hang on. Let me guess what it is.
Oh, you're not going to get this, but go ahead.
You don't think so?
No, I don't know. This is the very first time I've ever heard of this song.
Okay, don't tell me. Let's do this. I'm going to tell everybody about South Point Volkswagen.
Okay.
We're going to break.
Okay.
We come back. We'll do Ask Ryan.
We'll do Ask Ryan. Okay.
Who's not here.
All right.
But we'll do Ask Ryan anyway, even though he's not here. So get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us. I'm going to use the break. And no, Scout's honor, no cheating. All right?
Okay.
Scout's honor, no cheating. I'll see if I can guess it when we come back.
Okay.
All right. It's after further review.
After further review.
Brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. You know, I love every day when I can give you the opportunity to read some of these 5-star Google reviews. How about this one from Shalada Donato? Love all those vowels, by the way. Donato. John did a thorough inspection of all parts of the AC unit. He looked back at all the previous work done. He moved forward from there. He kept me updated as he worked. He showed me the damaged parts replaced, explained how it caused the unit to constantly run. He did an excellent job. Another 5-star Google review for River City's 1 Hour Air. You see, when you call River City's 1 Hour Air, you're not calling Chuck in a truck. You don't have to worry who's coming to your house. You're getting an expertly trained technician with continuing education, the latest technology on the truck, to make sure your AC is running efficiently. It's River City's 1 Hour Air.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. We'll get to Ask Ryan, even though Terrio's not here. Stephen Miller said, if you didn't know, Bregman wore 30 to the number of teams that passed over him. Does Stephen Miller? We've only told that story for a decade. I'm just kidding. Love you, Stephen. I love you. But yes, that's true. Bregman told teams if he wasn't going in round 1, don't draft me. And so he wore 30 at LSU as a representative of the 30 teams that did not pick him in round 1. So sometimes it works out that way. But yes, that's true. Okay, when we went to break, Muse... What?
I have heard this song. Never mind.
Okay.
I just didn't know the name of it.
Okay. I think. All right, so we went to break. Wait, let's do Ask Ryan, by the way. Hit me with our Ask Ryan.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, okay, so Terrio's not here. Terrio is doing a keynote at the Grand in Point Clear and then going to 38 because, of course, he is. He's like the mayor of 38 now.
Yeah. Mayor Cricket.
Jesus. Somehow, random connect the dots. We got down the line of Kelly Clarkson. I mentioned Breakaway was actually written by Avril Lavigne, and Muse said that's Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit. I said, I don't think that's her biggest hit. He said, I don't know. I said, well, look it up. And so he looked it up, and you've determined her biggest hit
is from the 2009 album.
No.
What?
I'm going to guess it.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. That didn't give you anything. What do you think it is?
You were supposed to determine how you... determined the biggest hit.
I determined it because this is her only song that charted number 1 in 3 different countries. It went 5-time platinum and 1-time gold, but number 1 in 3 different countries. Her only song that ever did that. She's only ever had 3 number 1 hits. So that's why I picked this one.
Sorry. There's a pretty significant, like a legitimately significant breaking news story that's about to come. Probably within minutes. Sorry. This might have to wait past the top of the hour.
Yeah,
forgive me. I'm sorry, but this is one of those things where I had to pause. Forgive me.
And I thought I didn't know this song.
Okay.
I do, but
we have 30 seconds. So anyway, I'll be very honest. When you said you didn't know it, I was going to a moment like this, which was her American Idol song.
Know that
one.
It
was the biggest song in the world, but that was 2002.
Yep.
And I thought maybe you might not have remembered that at that time. You said 09, so I'll go with Since You've Been Gone.
it is not Since You've Been Gone.
What is it?
It is My Life Would Suck Without You.
That's our number best one ever!
After further review.
No way! Oh, I definitely know the song. I would never have guessed that would have been My life would suck without you. And you know how you make up for it, Muse? You buy her a ring from Lee Michaels. You go to Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, you buy her a ring, Muse. Or better yet, it's not how you make up for it. That's how you pop the question. Right? Muse, in a few weeks, whenever you pop the question,
Stop it.
you go to Lee Michaels, you get the ring, and then you play Kelly Clarkson's My Life Would Suck Without You, and then you drop down on bended knee, and you say, I would love if you would be the future Mrs. Matthew Jose Musso, because my life would suck without you. And it all started because you went to Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com. 9 locations in all. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Check them out again online at LMFJ.com.